Welcome back to my channel, Healing with Kearra. So today we're taking a look into the blue supermoon, how it's going to affect our Leos out there. So the second supermoon of August, that's what makes it a blue moon, and it's also the closest supermoon that we have this year is in conjunction with Saturn, while Saturn is in its closest point to the Earth that it will be this year. So, really interesting conjunction, very auspicious time. I'm going to be doing a collective read, taking a deeper look into the energy on the 30th on my YouTube channel. If you're interested in that, you can check that out. But right now, we're just looking into how the energy is going to impact our Leos. So let's get a few cards here. Okay. So, we have the Seven of Earth, Saturn in Taurus. So, I'm getting it's either this energy where you are okay, it's like you were marrying each other at one time. So it's you and another person have been like working really hard together on something, and at one point you were marrying each other. You were like reflecting the same thing back to each other, but now you're moving into a space where you're no longer marrying each other, or you're no longer on the same page. Um yeah, you're no longer like on the same notes at the same time, like in harmony, right? One person's putting in more work, or more, one person's like the negatives of the relationship are coming back on one person more than the other. Like one person's taking more heat, or like putting in more work in some way, or like doing more like groundwork, or like actually like the work that one person's putting in has like more depth or substance or meaning. It's like um just working harder in the situation or in the relationship. And so um the effort that they're putting in, it's like they're is showing up more clear, more genuine, right? There's like a softer energy here. um and then the other person here is like their hands are a little bit more clean because they have not been following through or like putting in the same amount of effort. They're not matching. So they may not have the same vision anymore, like the same desires, the same care for the same end goal. So their efforts and intentions are not coming through like on the same vibrational match, right? You guys don't, it's like your crown chakra is not operating at the same colors here. It's like our crown chakra will have like our is attached to like the color that our aura is giving off at the time, like what energy we're in, and whenever our crown chakras are not like matching, like when we're not vibrating on the same color, then it's like we can't see each other in the same light, and there's like a disconnect or a miscommunication in some way. And so yeah, the effort that they're putting in the situation is no longer translating like to put them on the same vibrational frequency as you. So yeah, it's like you no longer have the same vibe. It's like you can't see each other in the same way that you once did. You're no longer working together really well with like the same vision, the same goal, the same intention in mind. So you could be aware of this or not, or maybe over the full moon, it's like this starts to come out. So we have Pluto, the judgment underneath. So some sort of awakening here, or it's like some sort of reckoning, or like the truth kind of being like brought to light in the situation. You may have like been unaware of the dynamic, or you were just kind of like submitting to it or surrendering to this, or feeling like there wasn't a lot that you could do. And so then it's like spirit is kind of like sick of seeing one party like getting taken advantage of here, or seeing the other person's like intentions continuing to get like further and further astray from the original like goal here. So it's like spirit is decided to step in and create some sort of change, or it's like spirit literally decided to like bring some sort of ending about, or to like do something, because spirit is tired of seeing one party like not get back the same effort that they're putting in or something. So if there's some sort of ending in a situation where you've been like working together with someone for a long time, and you've like had to be really really patient, or it's like you've had to come really far together or something, and so you're hesitant to like let go of this, but it's like needing to like accept some sort of ending, or the way that something is happening right now, and understand like with the wings it's like divinely led, or like this is an intervention from spirit. Like any rejection is redirection. It's like you were not getting back the same effort that you were putting in, so if something finally falls apart, understand that it's like spirit is stepping in to do some sort of work or make some sort of change or like decision in the situation that it's like you couldn't. It's like you were kind of dragging your feet, or like taking a long time to make some sort of change, or to like bring up, it's like you were just getting further and further away from each other and being able to like actually work together. So spirit is just like, I'm just really hearing like spirit's kind of like sick of it, or tired of it, or over some sort of something about the dynamic here. So it's like stepping into um create some sort of change, possibly to kind of like show you your worth or something. um so we have the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Water. So this card usually represents like walking away from something. Like it can be like prematurely, like walking away from something before you fully see it realized, or see it like fully come to fruition. But it's like having to kind of like take the high road and like preserve yourself emotionally, because it's like you've gotten really overwhelmed, like you've gotten so like kind of like bogged down and overwhelmed by this energy here. This is kind of like repeating cycle. This like you lost your way, or you couldn't find your way out, and so spirit is kind of helping to guide you out of the situation, because it's just become too like overwhelming, too emotionally heavy. So again, it's like if all of a sudden something is ending about the situation, it's like consider this like a blessing in disguise. It's like spirit is stepping in to help you do something that you were like not strong enough to do, because it's like the weight here is like something else, something was like emotionally weighing you down to where you couldn't like make the decision to like walk away, or remove yourself, or like end your participation in some sort of dynamic. So yeah, and then we have Libra, Justice. So it's like with this arm here, it's like spirit's just like reaching in to take hold of the situation and create some sort of fairness here, because it's like, again, it's like you weren't able to create some sort of change, or like leave the situation on your own. So with spirit like stepping in this way, it's creating like the balance or the fairness, or it's like giving you something that you really needed, and you just maybe wouldn't have had like the confidence to do what you had to do. Or maybe you feel guilty because you're the type of person that doesn't like to like give up on something before it's like finalized, or yeah, there's this energy of like having to walk away from something or remove yourself from something before um, fully being able to see it through. And so you could be the type of person that's like you like to be really fair, or really well balanced, or it's like you like to follow through with things. You don't like to just like leave things open ended like that, or like push all the responsibility off on another person, but it's like that's what they're doing to you. And so it's just like kind of like bogging you down and overwhelming you more and more. So you have to kind of like choose yourself and put yourself first sometimes. And so sometimes that means like prematurely letting go of something or walking away from something before you get to the other side, and just like having that confidence and assurance to know that this is the direction that you're being guided in, or it's like spirit is like leading you through this, or kind of like stepping in to with help make these changes or adjustments in order to create like more fairness or more balance in your life. But it's just like that you were too emotionally overwhelmed to be able to like make these like changes all on your own. And so whatever happened here like needed to happen is like divinely orchestrated, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. We have the Nine of Water and Taurus. So yeah, it's like this is happening for your divine benefit in order to lead you towards something that's going to be a lot more emotionally fulfilling, a lot more serious, a lot more stable, something that's going to follow through, something that's going to give back to you, like and take care of you in the way that spirit would have in mind for you. But it's, yeah, it's just going to be a lot more emotionally fulfilling here, a lot more secure, stable. It will just like lead to you getting back. This is leading you to other situations that will then lead to you like getting back what you've put in, or getting that like long-term commitment or stability or security that you've like worked so hard towards. So it's like, yeah, having the confidence to be able to walk away from something before you really fully see it through or see to where it gets. And just like again, having that confidence within yourself to know like it was never going to get to the point where like you deserved, or to like a point where the other person was like maybe it was at that point at one time, but it's like more and more over time, one party is just like no longer contributing or giving back like in a fair way. And so yeah, having the confidence to be like, okay, that's not going to end up where I thought it would, or where we were going at one time, the intention or the hope was at one time. And so being willing to like redirect and allow spirit to like step in and create changes, and just like follow um the direction that you're being guided, in order to call in and come into connection with like other people, other places, other situations that are going to actually follow through, or like give you what you've desired, what you've worked towards, what you've prayed for. So yeah, I'm hearing like don't resist the changes that you've prayed for, that you've worked so hard towards, because even if they're not showing up in the way that you like thought they would, or it doesn't look the way that you thought it would, because you may have like been really patient or worked really hard or like built for a long time in one way or like with one person. So yeah, certain adjustments, it could feel almost like wrong, but it's like, yeah, it allows spirit to like work in the situation in the way that is going to create like the most happiness or stability for you. Yeah, just put you in the most like fair and well balanced uh dynamic for yourself, right? So we have fences and flowers, boundaries. Create a protective environment that serves as a respectful space filled with positive energy, choosing only those that honor your clear boundaries to share your space physically and mentally is needed. We have tree wisdom, embody. Nature can heal when you integrate with the rhythm of the earth. Trees help to get you to be more like nature intended. Get rooted in a support system, be flexible, branch off in many directions, and embrace the seasons of change. Use the trees as an example of how to live. So we have courage. We have water. You are being invited to summon your courage and take the next right action. Drawing this card can be nudging you to let go of any fears you're having and boldly move ahead. This is the moment to seize the day, live your dreams, and step forward with confidence. You can meditate on this symbol and mantra whenever you need a boost of encouragement. This is just a lightning bolt symbol. Um, Emotions, receptivity, and a connection to bodies of water. Drawing this card is a symbol of connecting to your emotions regarding your question or situation. Allow yourself to be open to any changes of direction and let the element of water guide you in the right direction. Meditate with this symbol by a body of water, in the bath, or with a vessel of water to keep the emotions pure and to assist you in being more flexible. So that's very, very fitting, right? It's exactly what we were picking up on. It's like spirit is going to come in and make some adjustments and change up the situation. Um, yeah, whether you like it or not is what I'm hearing. It's like whether it's going to be as quick and as uncomfortable as it needs to be in order to like kind of propel you in the right direction. I'll get one more card for you guys. False narrative, discernment. Be mindful of the story you're telling yourself. Having a negative narrative is destructive and simply not true. Stop listening to your ego based story that is laced with falsehoods and old conditioning. For every negative thing you say, counteract that by saying 3 positive words. See the truth of who you are, which is wise, magnificent, and radiant. Heart opening. Listen. Opening your heart center and listening to your intuition will always lead you in the right direction. You now have the opportunity to let down the walls you created from past wounds. Let your light shine from your heart to experience what the universe had always wanted from you. I think it actually says for you. So, yeah, definitely have the courage to allow spirit to work in your life, or um, I feel as though spirit is going to make that initial spark or kind of set something in motion. It's going to be up to you to like really follow through and create the change that you would like to see, or just create the life that you would like to see yourself in. So, really beautiful energy. Wishing you guys lots of love. Thank you so much if you watched this far into the reading.